What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast. But today we got a little mix and match. We got BBP and GTP combined. Shout out to Gate City who can't make it. He's going to possibly make a guest appearance. He's at the game. So listen, Eagle Nation, if there was ever a time to win, we got to do it for the Carolina resident in Gate City. But we got our guys here today. So go ahead and introduce yourself for people who do not know. I don't know how, but go ahead.
Lord Brunson, man. You can find me at Lord Brunson on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and yeah, let's talk about it.
Yo that man, you know what it is, you know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General, man. Let's get into it. We need this dub. Let's talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This dub is much needed for a boatload of reasons. One, we got the Super Bowl champs on a short week. We are sitting at 1-3, tied with a team that we don't even want to be tied with in the New York Giants. And just back-to-back tough games, tough losses, whether it was a blowout or 3 quarters, we hung in there and then we end up losing to the Chiefs. This is a team that is still pretty decent when it comes to what they've been able to do this season. So a win here can really just change the complexion of the season. I said it in my videos all week. This is my make or break game for the Philadelphia Eagles for me to really realize as a fan, like, look, I know there was going to be struggles throughout the season because we have our young team, quarterback, coach, everything. We got some vets, but we still are young in a multitude of spots. This game is going to show me, are we really just more of the retool, rebuild, and just go from there, get the positives out of this season and see who stays and who goes? Or can we just compete, not really for the playoffs necessarily, but just show that we are a team that's going to battle each game and give it our best foot forward? What is your take on that, LB?
So I think, when you're looking at young football teams, you got to understand that it's a lot of things that got to be learned. Like you got to learn how to play together and you also got to learn how to win. That's two different things. Last year, the Chargers, you know what I'm saying? They were good. Everybody knew Justin Herbert was that guy. They looked good on offense. They showed some promise. Keenan Allen, he does what he does. Williams came on, and now he's looking like a bona fide number 2. But they couldn't finish games. Didn't they lose a bunch of games by like 7 points or something by like 1 point or less? It was something crazy. He lost a bunch of games by under a touchdown or less, and the stigma stuck with them that they couldn't win games. Now they've turned that around. Now they are winning football games. So it's baby steps, man, with the Philadelphia Eagles. But as far as this, being your personal benchmarker for the season and where we stand, I think we can have a good performance and possibly have a rookie mistake and not win the game, if that makes sense. We could look good in all phases of the game and just not win, but we need to win, though.
Yeah. Fresh, your take on this game being how important?
Very important, very important. You do not want to go into facing the defending Super Bowl champions and just be 1-4, man. I think this is a winnable game. When you look at the situation of, I don't know if McCaffrey is going to play, but even if he does, he'd probably be limited snaps. So you're in a situation to where as though you got a guy in Sam Darnold. I would make him have to beat me. You got to stop the run. That's number one. You got to stop the run. I don't care who's back there. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you stop the run. But you also have to contain Sam Darnold because he does get out the pocket and he can scramble for yards, and that's more rushing yards on our defense. To me, looking at it, I think like all games, it should be won in the trenches. Jordan Mailata is back. That's a sight to see. Not even going to lie to you. Not saying that Dillard played bad, but it's definitely an upgrade. Come on, man. Jay-Z and Beyonce, when you talk about upgrade between Dillard and Jordan Mailata. So that's a good thing, man. But we got to understand that, LB, you hit on a point earlier, right? And you said you was talking about the Chargers. That was us in 2016 when you look at it. A young team, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, same position. And we won and we lost how many games? We lost like 7 games 7 points and less.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you have to give time. I'm tired of hearing the chance to get Jonathan Gannon fired. People forgot what he did against Atlanta, who's putting up numbers right now. I mean, it's the Jets, but Jets got good defense. You forgot what we did against the 49ers, even though we lost that game, it wasn't because of Jonathan Gannon. Now we go against two top 5 offenses, and everybody screaming for his head. Pause. But you get what I'm saying. Like, to
Hmm.
me, you have to have patience. You got to have patience with this coaching staff. Like, to keep it real, to keep it, let's keep it tall like City Hall. Did we think that we was winning the Super Bowl this year? If you
No.
did, you like you was you're out your mind. So have that patience, and let's see. Now this game right here, you have to win. It's really no patience to me with this game, because when you look at Carolina, no, seriously, with
He
this
like
game,
take your time, except when we lose this game.
except for this game, because when you look at Carolina, everything is in the middle of the pack. And if you are that team that's right in the middle of either you're going to be over 500 or under 500, these are the kind of games that you got to win to be
Hmm.
over 500 and to give yourself a chance to win an NFC East. Still, we all know Dallas up 2.5 games on us. All right, cool, that's fine. But stuff happens. They still got to play a tough schedule on the back end. You know what I mean? Our tough schedule is coming up now, and I think we faced our toughest test. Now, people can say blowout, all that. I think the game was closer than the score predicted, especially not predicted, but came about, especially the way the coaching was. But that I think that was our toughest task. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about some other games in other weeks, but this game to me, you gotta win. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I agree. And we definitely got to be patient. I know the coaching staff has showed things that you're just like, wow, you feel like, man, anybody and everybody should know a little bit better than that. We just got rid of a guy who was a bend don't break and playing off and this, that, and the third. I know we see a lot of the same things, but it is like a test ride. JG with the no system thing and talking about putting these guys in the right position. Who knows if he actually has the personnel to do it? But this is my thing. When you try something a bunch of times and it's not working, I'd rather you go out with just trying something different and failing that way, just to show that you are aware of what's going on. But we do have to have patience no matter what, whether it was with Jalen Hurts after the Cowboys game, or Jonathan Gannon after the Chiefs game, or Nick Sirianni after the 2-run Miles Sanders. These are things that shouldn't happen, but you got to give everybody opportunity to either show that this is their true colors or it's not the true colors. And that is what a season presents.
Hmm.
With social media and everything now, it's and the Eagle fan base, it's like we want results now. And it doesn't help that Dallas is looking pretty good too, because we just don't like to be underneath any of these teams. Now, if the NFC East stunk as bad as it did last year, maybe the growing pains is not that big, but we see potential on this team, but potential takes time. I mean, you can't just get it out in 1 year. So I agree. The reason this is going to open my eyes, because it's going to let me know if we are a 6 and under win team or a 6 to 8 win team. This is what I think it comes down to because of our schedule and things that I saw. But LB was right about the growing pains. You got to go through them.
I don't trust Nick Sirianni.
That's
I don't
not your
trust him,
biggest
bro.
pet peeve.
I don't trust him because I mean, listen, you're not physically on the field. You watching the tape. You know what's happening. You know what you're lacking. If you don't go out there and have a dedication this week against the Carolina Panthers to have a diversified offense, if you don't go out there and try to look better as far as run to pass ratio, it might be something wrong with you. I'm so scared of this week just because of who our coach is. Already he ain't he looking shaky to me, bro. Just because our coach is. I'm gonna tell you why. So he comes out in the presser and he says, "This is the best game Jalen Hurts has ever played." That ain't what you're supposed to say. We lost. In fact, it was a blowout technically. You know what I'm saying? Say we expect these things from Jalen Hurts. Not this the best game. Now that in your mind you think you saw the best game, you're going to come out and try to duplicate that. Have him throwing the ball all over again so you can feel good about what you think is the best game. Like, no, I'm worried about him, man. I don't think he's gonna take the ball out of the hot guy's hand. I think he's gonna want to see Jalen put up them type of numbers again. He's gonna want to see Smitty involved again, and I think our running game is gonna fall short, man.
Well, you have right to be worried. Again, doing something that hasn't been done in history for Eagles history, that is a red flag. Like I said, I want to give him time. It's only 4 games to prove me, man, you're not as crazy as I thought. You just needed to go through some things, or you are as crazy. But that's the thing, there's a difference between hating and being critical. This is our team, and this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a microphone in front of our face. We got to give our opinions, not necessarily. And I'm okay to say I'm wrong, right? I can say, this person's going to be this, and then it's not. And I'm going to come out here and say I'm wrong. Nobody does any kind of analyzing a team, a player, and is right 100%. But that's the thing. Right now, you can honestly say you're scared, you're nervous, and you just hope he proves you wrong, because he's done come out and do things that is just not winning football. Like, look at the best teams. Look at our offensive line. The run game should be a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want him to just do it because we want to. You still got to do it in the right situations, in the right scheme. But Jeff Stoutland is one of them guys when it comes to coordinating the run too. I just think you got to make it more of a it has to be figured. It has to be approached the right way.
And just how you feel, you got so many emotions about it, you can't get it out. Something's missing. That's how I feel. I'm like, yo, what is he? You know what I mean? What are we watching? But before you go, Fresh, just to be clear, I'm not out on him. I'm just very, very critical. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving him his time, but Jesus Christ, run the ball.
Yeah, you do. I mean, come on now. You look at any of my videos. The first thing I say, run the damn ball. Like, I think we all need to start a hashtag, run the damn ball. But in all seriousness, he does need to run the ball more. And you made a point about giving Jalen a hot hand. Here's what I can say about that. Instead of doing the RPO, because we lead the league in RPO, so a lot of some of them decisions are on Jalen. Don't give him that decision. Exactly. Just run the ball. Exactly. Just run the ball. Because most of the time he's going to pull it. He's going to run himself, or he's going to throw the ball. Especially if you got him in that rhythm with the screens and all. Now he's in a rhythm, so now he's throwing himself. Pause, but
and I feel like I feel like Nick Sirianni deflected by saying an RPO was a running play. That's not true. A running play is when you, the head coach, calls Miles's number. Exactly. Call his number. This is going to 26 or Gainwell or whoever. Call that man number. That's a running play. Sweep right, left to sweep right to 26. Right. Make it known who supposed to add a rock. You know what I mean? And yeah,
and not only that, because I said this before. That helps everybody. That helps the offensive line from getting stupid behind penalties, for being downfield, because they don't know whether it's a run or a pass. That helps the offensive line probably stay healthier, because I said this last week, LB, and Mike, if you remember, tell me if you agree, LB. I feel as though some of the injuries come from us passing so much that our offensive line are on their heels instead of pushing forward. You protect yourself better when you're being an aggressor, when you're pushing forward, when you're getting up to the second level, like how Kelsey does, the best center in the game, to do that. And you put these offensive linemen in position to where as though now they're on the hills. Now they're getting pushed back. They keep getting pushed back because you keep throwing the ball. You keep throwing the ball. And some of these situations can cause injuries. So to keep everybody safer and also put in a better position, you run the damn ball. It helps every single body. It helps everybody.
Yeah, I agree. And I even said the same thing about, not letting these guys be aggressive and go out there and hit. You know what I'm saying? You got to run the ball for a lot of reasons. When you got linemen missing, you run the ball. When you got a quarterback that's developing, you run the ball. In short yardage situations, you run the ball. Listen, if when I was in high school and middle school, if I stopped, learning how to fight, I would have not knew how to fight when it was time to fight. Running is the physical aspect of the game. If you don't run the ball, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to run the ball, on a 4th and 1, when the whole stadium know you running the ball, that's when you fall flat. The teams that fall flat on a 4th and 1 are the teams who are not used to that physicality.
Yeah, Brandon Staley said it really good. I like what he said, and this is a first-time head coach too. The defensive coordinator for the Rams now turned to the head coach of the Chargers. I mean, he said exactly what you said. You know, the run game brings the physicality to the game. It brings another dimension that is more than just picking up short yardage. It's a mindset. It's a demeanor. And it is. That's what, you know, we're a blue collared city. We're a tough city. Running the ball is where it's at. And we have the big guys up front. Like Jordan Mailata, he want to just run somebody over and not be on his back heels and be heading upfield. You saw what he did on a couple of the wide receiver screens. He could do that in a run game too. You know, Jordan Mailata is a man amongst boys. Pause. You need to get that out there. Kelsey being able to get to the second level. Andre Diller flashing a little bit. You know, give him some help running the ball as an offensive lineman. They'll tell you, man, it takes some of the pressure off. We get to do the hitting. We get to initiate the contact. We not just blocking for our quarterback. It's going to help, and you got to mix it up. I'm telling you, the linebackers, right? You know, we don't care about our linebackers, but other teams have some decent linebackers. And the best way to freeze the linebacker, best way to freeze the defensive end, and you're going against a team that right now their secondary is a little bit in shambles. They got CJ Henderson, they got Gilmore, who will not play today. Their best part of their defense right now is their front seven. And how do you freeze them? By running the ball, because you can't just get upfield and get at the quarterback. There's just so many things that come. And when you got a guy like Jalen Hurts, who is lethal with the run, you really don't know who to guard. But the thing is this, though, they're going to keep watching tape. They're going to say, Jalen's going to keep pulling it out the belly. Either he's going to pull out the belly and do a quick pass, or he's going to pull out the belly and run. When you start leaving it in Miles Sanders' belly, that's when the defense really will get confused, because Jalen is such a threat to go right or Miles Sanders goes left. What are you doing? It's just you. Why do you think? And I'm not trying to downplay what Lamar Jackson does, right? Because just the other game, he played against the Broncos. They stopped their run and he killed them with the arm. So he does show he can do it at times. But the reason their running backs get free lanes is because teams are concerned of Lamar running, but Lamar lets and Harbaugh calls runs for his running back. It's just when you have that style of play, who Jalen can be like that, not Lamar Jackson in general, but there's just so many things. We had all this 2-back sets, 21 speed and all that. Where to go? Now we just dropping back in the shotgun 5-receiver set. We're throwing the ball. We were hearing about these 2-back sets in training camp. They disappeared.
Yeah, and Lamar, I think he got so lethal because he made people respect the run in a manner to where, think about it, every time you see a great play from the arm of Lamar Jackson, the dude damn near wide open or is always one-on-one because he's making people play man. And people are so concerned that when it's a play action or he keep that ball, he getting the throw that he want every time. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got to inflict that same fear into the opposing teams week in and week out, man. Running the ball is the only thing that this team is missing, if you want to be for real, man. Only thing we missing on the offensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, I think that's the only thing we missing. You know what I mean? If you're running the ball, you probably beat the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? You didn't punt the ball. If you sprinkle in the run every now and then, I think you're straight. Yeah.
I got a question for y'all, right? It's about Jonathan Gannon and being the most zone defense in the NFL. When you have one of the top 10 cornerbacks and you got another guy who is a very solid number 2, why are you not putting these guys an opportunity to play their man one-on-one and sending some blitzes? We are the least blitz team in the NFL, but we play the most zone. It's just like, just take what you can get. Run up and down the field, take what you can get. And that was working for a week and a half. You know what I mean? That was working against Atlanta for a week and to some point the 49ers. But you can't do that with Kansas City. Like coming into the game, they was 12 or 13 touchdowns in the red zone. That's before they got to us. And they just put up another 4 on us. So when you look at it, that bend don't break stuff, it ain't working. It's not working in the NFL. You gotta go eat your food, man. You gotta go put a hat on these dudes. You have to put some pressure on these quarterbacks, especially a Sam Darnold. Let's not try to act like he won't turn the football over. I understand New Jersey, new system, same guy. This guy
He still
will give
believes
you.
in ghosts. He still believes in ghosts. He still believes
Right,
in ghosts.
right.
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying. But here's the thing: you gotta make him. He's not just gonna hand you the football. Come on now, you gotta make him give you the football, and that's by heating him up, putting pressure on. I'm not saying that you gotta blitz him every single down and nothing like that. But these linebackers are not getting to the run as much as they should. So if you send some blitzes, maybe that helps. Maybe that slows up another offense because they don't know where the blitz is coming from. He needs to get some blitz packages in this situation and stop playing so much damn zone when you got two good corners on the outside. Go ahead, Joe.
I agree, man. I just did a stream with Philly Talk podcast the other day. Philly the podcast the other day. I always get you guys mixed up with your names. I did a stream with him the other day. He brought up a good point. He was saying that if we're gonna have him sitting in zone, we might as well send him because they trash in coverage. At least send him at the quarterback. Mix it up. You know what I mean? The linebackers are useless, man. And Jonathan Gannon, man, is another one who I believe is, just I don't understand what he got going on. I just don't get it at times with Jonathan Gannon, man. I mean, you went against Kansas City with no dime package. Is that a fact? I'm hearing the rumors he doesn't have a dime package.
Nah, he said our personnel doesn't. He doesn't have it with our personnel. That could be him just saying he don't believe in it, or he doesn't trust our DBs past Maddox.
Yeah, but now you got another team on Thursday that you gonna need a dime package for. You know
You
what I'm
go,
saying?
yeah,
Look at the wide receivers that they got. So you mean to tell me that we don't have the personnel? So you mean to tell me you? I'm taking this like, are you going to learn from it? What are you going to do different? You can't
yep.
have
Yeah,
Eric
because
Wilson on Antonio Brown in the slot on Thursday.
you're absolutely right. Because it should be no way Tyreek Hill scores 2 touchdowns on Eric Wilson.
Yeah, and
They
our
should
worst
never.
cornerback got to be better than our linebackers. Like, come on, we don't got linebackers. So at the end of
But
the day,
even if you
if
don't
you
play
just got a
dime,
cornerback position, just go
even
out
if you
there.
don't play dime, play a 5 DB set. You don't
How the
gotta have
hell?
3 linebackers in all the damn time.
How the
He
hell
does
you
the
don't?
two.
How the hell you don't play that? How you don't play dime? How? How do you not play dime? It's 2021.
Yeah.
That's not even an
Listen,
excuse for me. How do you? Okay, maybe they don't call it dime anymore. What the hell is the package
no,
that gives me
it's
another DB on the field instead of a linebacker? Just tell me the name of that one.
And he
Like,
trying to
god
say he
damn.
don't really have an identity. I think he hasn't found it yet. I really don't think he found an
well,
identity yet.
yeah. Because look, let's be honest. Look, we just let Kansas City come into the link, right? And you got to think probably one of the coaches that love to pass the ball, one of the quarterbacks that love to pass the ball. They said, look, no matter how much I want to pass the ball, Reed wants to pass the ball, Mahomes wants to pass the ball. Look what we can do on the run game. When you get one of the best passing teams in the NFL to come in your house and run the ball on you because they know it's just wide open.
But
It's a problem.
they was throwing it too, though. They was
I know,
throwing.
but
I mean, Patrick
he
Mahomes went for a touchdown.
Yeah. Once they ran it down there, and then he would throw it in, but he didn't have a 300-yard game. Like the
No, he
thing
didn't.
is, yo, listen, we are the 4th fewest thrown on team. Like I just researched the attempts, right? So the attempts, the passing attempts, not saying if they're completed or not, right?
No,
There's
I know
only
what you mean.
3 teams that got the ball thrown less than us. So we're the
But we
4th
number one.
fewest.
We number
We're,
run on rushes, right?
yes, we're not the worst in the NFL. We're 31st in yards given up, but we're the last. Teams run on us no matter what. Like, so I can't even say the corners have been super good. They're just not even being asked to. I'm not saying they're bad or they're good. I'm just saying they didn't have to do much because a game plan is like, why am I going to throw the ball? Just run it right at the linebackers. Just run
Yeah,
it.
it's pathetic. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm telling you, Chuba Hubbard can have a breakout game today. He could have a breakout game today. That's how bad our linebackers are. That's how bad our linebackers are. I think this was Gannon's mentality. I'm starting to figure these guys out. I feel like this was Gannon's mentality, man. Gannon is like, I'm gonna play bend don't break, right? And I'm gonna hope one of my stars can step up and make a play. Fletch or Graham with a tackle for loss in the backfield, because they most likely the only two that's gonna do something like that. But they old now. It happens every 5 games that they get like a tackle in the backfield. I mean, that's just what it is. They're not doing it every
Yeah.
week. They older. So once you lost Brandon Graham, you lost a superstar on the defensive side of the ball on the line, the first level of defense for any running play. The linebackers don't know where they at. And instead of this dude adjusting, he's still playing zone while teams are running the ball down our throat, getting everybody tired. You want to make a change, you want to shake something up. If you Jonathan Gannon, you tell Darius Slay from now on, you follow the best guy. You know what I'm saying? From now on, and everybody else, we're gonna be blitzing a little more. We need to be getting to the quarterback. You know what I mean? He need to hold the team meeting. I remember I played for real. I remember I played football. The coach said, "What y'all want to do? Y'all want to go get the quarterback?" He said they come with a price because every time I dial one up, somebody better get there.
Yeah, because if you don't get there, that's when you get wide open. Then you get one broken tackle. You blitz and you break one tackle, that could be an 80-yard touchdown. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So you got to get home.
Blitzing is fun. You tell them, break it down to them. They millionaires. Break it down to them in money. You want to earn some money? Get them sacks up. Go get him.
Whoa. Watch out the bounties. Watch out for the bounties.
Okay, you can't say it like that. But listen. You want to get paid? Your money is over there. Go tackle your money. That's all
I got 10K on the sack. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Nah, I ain't mad at the bounties.
Like Jesus Christ.
So let me ask you guys this real quick. What do you think for on the offensive side of the ball, right? We know we want to run the ball, but how do you think this game's going to play out early in the game? Just our offense versus their defense.
We're going to be passing. We're going to be passing. We're going to pass, but it's going to be some short little, dump outs to Gainwell and Miles. And we're going to say those are just as good as runs. That's what we're going to do.
The extension of the run game, right?
Right.
I hate when that's what they say. How about you, Fresh?
The Saints kind of started that, but I agree. You're going same thing. Rhaegar screen, Quez Watkins screen, Quez Watkins end around, Watkins end around, and he's using the wide receivers, but he's not using. First of all, to me, and this play calling is not the quarterback. The middle of the field is not being used like at all. When you talk about running up the gut, you talk about the tight ends, you talk about the screens in the middle of the field. Every screen do not gotta be on the freaking sideline. You know what I mean? You're giving these guys more opportunities, less opportunities to get more yards because the sideline is a defender too.
Mm-hmm.
Get some screens in the middle of the field and let these guys get loose. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if you're going to use the screen game. But that's what's going to happen. First play screen, second play screen. He might throw a red. Seriously, he throws a screen. Quez Watkins on one side, those on the next side, next play, and then probably a run by Miles Sanders. I got us being able to not do what we want, but if you don't mix it up with the run game, you're not going to be able to really do anything, man. Again, like you can't beat. It's the NFL, man. Yeah. Like you can say teams stinking, but if they know what you're doing every single play, if they know he's going to sit back and he's going to throw the ball, it's so easy for a defense. If you're not switching it up, it's so easy for a defense, man.
Especially in the red zone. Once you get to the red zone, it's even easier.
Well, yeah, and 2 games. We don't. I don't know if y'all realize, but we moved the ball pretty darn good in that San Fran game. The first half of this, the first 2 quarters, we just couldn't execute on the short yardage and close to the red zone. But shout out to Alex B with the 199 super chat. He says something is telling me we are gonna get this dub.
You know what? I agree. As mad as I am with the coaches, I think we're gonna win this game though.
Let me ask y'all this though. All right, so let's say you had to really guess, right? So let's not say what we want, right? Not what we want. Let's see if we can get the closest to the actual thing. How many run attempts from a running back do we think we're going to see in this game? Now, again, as much as we want to say he's going to pass the ball, there got to be a time where he's like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing the same damn questions, right? Like, you know what I mean? Does it get factored in? And I think this too. If we run the ball early and Miles or Gainwell rips a couple, like a nice 20. Oh, he did rip a 20 piece and we ran away from it. But I just think if we can establish early, man, I'm just trying to think how we can get this coach and be like, damn, you see that dunk work? Let me dial that back up. Let me dial that bad boy back up. But I'm going to start by saying we're going to see, and this is me trying to be accurate and also speak a little bit into it. I'm going to say 14 run attempts. 14 run attempts.
For who?
From the running backs in general, not one. I'm
Just
combining
for running backs,
just the
nothing
RBs.
to do with Jalen Hurts or nothing.
No. 14 for the running backs, and it's sad to say that I'll be happy with that, but at this point, if you started off baby steps, I'll take the 14. What do y'all got to say?
I was literally about to say 16, and I thought that I think you're gonna give them 8 and 8. I think they're gonna get somewhere around 8 and 8.
Gainwell actually getting more touches than Miles. That's the crazy part.
He could catch.
No, I'm talking about
like automatically
rushing too. I'm talking about
rushing too.
Oh
yeah,
he's getting. I mean, the two game didn't help. I'm gonna go in between, man. I'm gonna say 15, man. I'm gonna say 8 and 7. Man. You know what I mean?
So,
I'm gonna say 8 and 7. But let me ask y'all this real fast: is running the ball worse this year or last year?
Oh, like, this year.
It's just because of that one game, though, with only 2 rushes. But we had some horrible situations last year, too. Man.
We never make history.
We never make history. Doug Peterson is sitting on his couch like this, bro, and they wanted me out. What do you think Doug is saying, right? Doug watched that Cowboy game like, you know what? Listen, and he can't even say he didn't because it was the only game on. He was watching that Cowboys game like, bro, y'all making me look like a run-heavy coach.
Doug ain't never abandoned Miles, though. Miles might have got like a bunch of 17s and 18s. He ain't never flat out just abandoned him.
The worst one was when Miles ran it 6 times.
I asked that to say this. I asked that to ask this. What has not changed? New coaching staff, right? What has not changed? The front office has not changed. Yeah. Is it the front office saying, because we didn't heard the reports about a couple years ago when we beat the Packers, that Jeffrey Lurie was mad at Doug for running the ball too damn much. Remember that game? And now all of a sudden we just want to be this pass happy team when we was third in rushing when we won a Super Bowl. So go back to winning. Stop trying to be this flashy toy and sell things. Go back to winning. And I think that the front office has a little bit to do with us being pass happy, and it might not change. So I don't want anybody to
hold your breath.
Yeah, basically, because it might complicate.
It might not change. That's what makes me nervous. Like, he's not going to. You can't win if it don't change. Like, what don't he get? You can't win if it don't change. So why not change so you can win? You're supposed to be winning, right? Like,
that's the thing, though. Lurie's smart enough to realize, like, you know, I mean, I would hope that he's smart enough to realize, right? Oh, let me go back and look what we did Super Bowl run. Let me look what we're doing now. You know, like, come on. I know passing game is what sells tickets, but hey, guess what? Baltimore is must-watch TV, right? And they do a lot of running. You're like, I don't understand it. But shout out to Art Makepeace with the $5 super chat. He said, I feel like we can pull this off as well if I stress if we run the damn ball. Fly, Eagles, fly. You already know. Let's get a couple of these out of the way. Kevin with the $2 super chat. He said, rumor has it Miles been drinking that good water. Ask LB about good water.
What kind of water was that?
Good water.
Shoot, I drink rapper water.
Yeah, right. Donnell Shipley with the $10 super chat. He said, my opinion on running the ball is we have to in order to win. But as we see, Nick don't care about running the ball. So as Eagle fans, I'll just support him and just roll with the passes. Hope it works out. Look,
that's like he's in a perfect situation that we all are in, though.
Yeah, because like let's be honest, right? The first half of that Chiefs game, right? It was close. It was a 1-score possession, like the whole game. You know what I mean? The whole half, and we realized we weren't running the ball, but because the game was going not our way, just because we were in the game better than what a lot of us probably thought, it kind of slipped the mind, right? Then we started getting down by 2 possessions. We like, you know what? He's not running the ball.
But look. If you think about it, he was really close to executing basically a pass-happy shootout against the Chiefs. Because Greg Ward don't drop that ball, and Zach Ertz don't drop that ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the red zone.
Let's not forget the refs.
The refs was wilding. The refs was wilding, but I'm talking about the Greg and the Zach play, especially because there was no penalties involved. That's just a clean 2 touchdowns right there. The other ones that was brought back, but they didn't bring back the Greg or the Zach one. They was just 2 drops. And I mean, and that was on a first and goal to Greg Ward. I think the other one was like on a first and goal to Zach Ertz. So I think the play calling was accurate, but I mean, come on.
Well, and that's why. Look, let me just go off what LB just said. Let's be honest, right? We played 4 games, and there was only one game that really left a super bad taste in my mouth. Like, ew, we didn't even compete. Was the Dallas game, right? Because let's be honest, we got to respect what Kansas City can do, and at the end of the day, I can't kill a DC for letting Kansas City drop 40 because they've done it on like 13, 14, 15 other DCs, right? I watched the game, and so context is like, bro, why are you playing so soft? But the end result, whether you played soft and dropped 40 or you played aggressive and dropped 40, you might feel different. But the end result is Chiefs really going to do what they want to do most of the time. Their defense is what's lackluster. And we did that.
But here's the thing with that though. Like LB just said about the 2 drop touchdowns, the penalties are killing us. We lead the league in penalties. Like you cannot, when you go against a Chiefs team or a team of that high power, you can't keep giving them opportunities. We gave them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. We were supposed to be in that game, but we wasn't because of circumstances on third downs. You getting false starts. You getting ineligible down the fields and all these personal fouls by Derek Barnett, just all type of dumb stuff. You know what I mean? So when you add in all those things together, they might look little one by one, but when you add all of it together, that'll get you your loss.
Yeah,
it's like pick your poison. Like which way do you want to die? You can't die every way every week. Which way? Just pick a way, and maybe you could beat that one way. But you can't beat 5 different ways. You know what I mean? I could dodge one car in the middle of the street, but if it's 6 coming 6 different ways, I'm gonna get hit by a car. Like, come on, man. It's just
it's death by 1,000 cuts, man. Like,
exactly.
It's crazy, but yeah, like you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot, especially going forward. And that's coaching. I understand the players are making dumb decisions or whatever the case may be, but you have to find a way to tell these guys, especially a Derek Barnett, like that play, the 49ers, we had a chance to win that game.
Big
and
time.
I'm still mad about that.
The only way you can solve that is if you start benching dudes.
Benching them.
Yeah, I need to see Milton Williams.
I would have benched him.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time you jump off sides, you got to get benched. Now, I can't really fault nobody for the illegal man downfield, man. On the RPO, you taught to block it like it's a run play. So if Jalen don't throw the ball, if Jalen don't throw the ball in time, they supposed to be downfield blocking, thinking it's a run because it is. They don't know if it's going to be a run or a pass either way.
Exactly.
So it's just the RPOs. Like slow down with the RPOs and start holding these guys accountable, man. Start holding anybody that jump off sides accountable, man. Anybody.
See what we learned and what we've been learned, even when we ran it in the Super Bowl. The RPOs are timing things. Everything got to be timed right. Mm-hmm. And we're not that team. We haven't gelled enough yet. This is really what the fifth time that they really playing together. They didn't play no preseason. So you have no time. You had no time to gel coming into the season, and you just want everything to be timely. No, let these guys get into a rhythm. I'm not saying just don't use RPO because it does work sometimes. I'm not going to try and act like it doesn't. But you can't every play, and you have to run specific plays to run the ball. It just helps everybody, man. And until whoever is in putting us in this situation figures that out, we might be in trouble, man. We might be in trouble. So hopefully they figure it out today, man. Hopefully they come out. I ain't got no problem with even if we don't get a first down, with them coming right out 1, 2, 3 and straight runs. I ain't got no problem with that. Even if we don't pick up the first down, it's letting the defense know, no, we're not just going to throw it. We're going to run the football today. So
the first play of this game needs to be a running play.
That would be
play
lovely.
Of this game, it has to be a running play. I mean, listen, Jalen Hurts was literally
the kick return.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts was literally on fire last week. He was literally on fire. I saw some throws that everybody was telling me that the dude playing right now in London that he was supposed to be making. So I go check out Zach Wilson, and he looking like what everybody telling me Jalen Hurts is. So I'm confused. I saw Jalen Hurts making some really, really crazy throws yesterday that I didn't even know he had in his bag. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think Nick Sirianni honestly is trying to mold this team into what he wants it to be. He wants us to be a pass first team. He the coach. I think he's trying to force it on us. And the way you do it is exactly what he's doing. Hey, Jalen can't throw. I'm going to make him throw until it starts to look like it did against the Chiefs every week. So something's happening. We just got to wait and see what the final product of this is going to be. But the one consistent is the run is just being abandoned at this point. And you kind of need to run with a young team to, get some wins under your belt.
Facts. Shout the Prophet one time with the $2 super chat. He said, how many penalties for Sweat and Barnett? I mean, I think Sweat hasn't been just like having backbone breaking ones, but Barnett definitely got to be taught a lesson 100%. Whether that's playing Milton Williams more, the ghost of Ryan Kerrigan, I don't know what's going on with that guy. Gotta be better though. Shout out to Donnell Shipley with the $5 super chat. He said, LB, I agree with you as far as Jalen Hurts. If he's getting that opportunity to throw, he has to take advantage of the situation. Yeah. I mean, look, definitely Jalen Hurts has had the ball in his hand for the majority of this season. But again, when you run the ball, right, that's going to be less throws for Jalen Hurts, but they're going to be more efficient, as LB talked about earlier. That Lamar Jackson effect. If it's not in the running back's hand, if it's not running the ball with Lamar Jackson, you got tight ends and wide receivers running down the field wide open for the simple fact that they're scared. And that's what's killing us. Listen, our linebackers are already trash, right? We know that. But last year, this was the difference. We had some of the same trash linebackers, but they looked a little bit better because the defensive line was doing work, right? So we had Brandon Graham. We were able to stop the run, right? So the linebackers weren't worried about the run as much because BG, Fletch, these guys were cleaning it up at the line of scrimmage, and they weren't necessarily getting abused. Now that they're getting abused, when Dak Prescott, when Pat Mahomes fakes it to the running back, these linebackers are clicking panic mode and trying to fill gaps that are not even there. And then it's like, whoop, there it is. There goes Schultz wide open. How the hell? That's the thing. Look, let's be honest. I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is great or not great, right? But Kittle's still that dude, right? When we stopped the run in the ATL and when we kind of stopped the run up the middle against San Fran, the linebackers weren't biting as much on the play fake, and we were able to kind of contain these tight ends. But we let Schultz go off for the simple fact that we were scared of Zeke, and the linebackers can't do that in the D line. And again, Fletcher Cox, he still got to play better, but they're moving him on the inside, the outside, the 3-tech, the 4-tech. I mean, he got to be the guy to just do it still. But he's not in the middle to stop that run, and the linebackers are feeling the result. The moving Fletcher Cox around is the worst thing that happened to these linebackers.
Zeke broke their spirit. I hate to say it. Zeke broke their spirit. And they have not been the same since Ezekiel Elliott. That was some of the most physical running all season for what Zeke did to the Philadelphia Eagles. He was running dudes over. I watched the game 4 times, that Eagles Cowboys game, because I was so upset about the game plan. I'm like, what was he thinking? I seen Zeke just running straight at people, not even trying to juke. Like, I'm going to collide with you, and you're not going to want to do it the next play. He was just physical. And you know what I mean? We ain't been the same since. And KC is delicate, but we were scared to be out physical again by a delicate passing team that we just ran to every gap. I mean, the Panthers are a little grimier, man. They're going to run the ball, man. So we got to be looking for some physical contact.
Yeah. And if you can't run the ball, this is a team that will allow it. But how do y'all feel about DJ Moore and what he's been able to do this season early? He's been balling.
I mean, DJ Moore's to me a middle of the pack wide receiver is no type of disclaimer on that or whatever the case may be, because we got some talented wide receivers. But he has been balling, but they also have not been playing good defenses, to keep it real with you. So they're
playing a good defense.
I mean, if we're gonna go by the numbers that we was just talking about running, when you talk about the aerial, I mean, Darius Slade just put his stats up on Twitter. Said stop playing with his name. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And shout out to little baby Junior Slay. He got, or not Junior, but he got a little. He just had a little one. So shout out to him. He needs a ball for him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at the situation, man, you put Slay on him. You know what I mean? You put Slay on him, and we go from there. And that'll break up that zone, because that's another reason why things can look bad if a wide receiver like Moore, who does have good footwork, can get in the middle of your zone and make the coverage look worse than what it is. Because guys, when you in zone, it only takes one guy to make the whole defense look bad on one play. That's all it takes. We didn't see it plenty of times. But when you're playing man to man, that's your guy. That's your fault. And I would like to see more of that, especially in this game. Because to me, all they have is Moore and the other kid, I can't remember his name.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson. So I would just shut them two down from the rip. That's my focus, shutting them down. Chris McCaffrey is supposed to be ruled out. I got a text. I'm not sure. I didn't see it on anything, but somebody did text me and say he's ruled out. So you do got to respect the run. And you can, since we are bad at the run, you can stack the box if you put those two guys on those two guys. Put a hat on a hat, and let's go get it. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I agree, man. DJ Moore, though, man, I think DJ Moore a little underrated, though.
He's
DJ
helping
Moore,
me win some fantasies. I know that.
yeah, he's a little underrated, man. He could win. I mean, he could play a lot of different roles in a lot of different positions. Kind of like Cordell Patterson, but a faster version and a much better wide receiver than Cordell Patterson. I mean, I seen him take end rounds. He just be doing almost everything, man. And Darius Slay, man, you came out and said that on Twitter. Slay, my guy. Slay, one of my favorite Eagles players on his roster. Let Slay do what he do. He put it out there on Twitter. You got, as a coach, you got to go reward that. Okay, well then you chase the best dude around every week. Then he's right. Nobody's beating him. Why are you forcing them to one side of the field when they can just throw to the other side if they scared of him? You know what I mean? We paid him and Steven Nelson to sit back in the zone and try to help out the run every now and then. Like, come on, bro. Them linebackers. Listen, man. Make these dudes shut the outsides down. Period. And then we can stack the box, man. But it ain't that simple for our team. Jonathan Gannon is going to play some crazy shit with 5 linebackers on the field and have them covering all of these wide receivers, and he got 40 put on his head 2 weeks in a row. Like, at what point do you man up now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What point do you man up and play physical?
Again, and if it doesn't work, then at least we know, then we'll start to look at the personnel and stuff too. But like, you got to change it up, win, lose, draw. You definitely got to. Slay wants it, he deserves it, and as you said, LB, it's not even how they throw to the other side, LB. They just don't throw it. We're the fourth least thrown on team. They just say, I'm going to run. Listen, it was wide open. It was eye-popping to me. If KC, out of all the teams, nobody wants to throw the ball more than Mahomes. If this man comes to your house and settles and says, if Andy Reid, one of the best passing coordinators, just being able to draw up plays, Mahomes, one of the best arms in the game. If they came in and settled for 35 run attempts, we got a big problem. Like, they don't want to run no matter what. Yeah. And their soft runner was CEH. And they said, look, Mahomes, you're going to have to wait 1 week. You could throw in the next game. Like, this is a perfect opportunity to run the ball. And so I really need to see the run stop. And if we blitz, if we stack the box, it's going to make it harder on the corners when they throw, but it will make them throw.
Yeah, you really got to pay attention to the run because, like Fresh was saying, man, Darnold, don't he lead the league in rushing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll actually go out there and run the ball as well. You know what I mean? He's fast on the QB keeper. You got to maintain the edges and you got to solidify your gaps. You got to blitz, bro. Sam Darnold is a bum. Like, let's be for real here, bro. Let's be for real here, y'all.
I told you,
Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, we can't be losing to these type of guys. I'll take that.
Different outfits. Different uniform, same guy, man. I keep telling people that, man.
I'll take Dak I'll take the L's to Dak and Patrick Mahomes. I even take it to Jimmy G. Didn't he play in the bowl? But Sam Darnold, no. Put pressure on Samuel. The season start today. Pressure Samuel.
I agree. I definitely agree. You gotta put some pressure on the kid, man. Like Mike said, man, make him start saying ghost again. Like, seriously, why do you think that you can just play zone, and if your front four is not getting any pressure, that a quarterback is not going to just be able to sit there and look at one read, two reads, three reads. Somebody's open. That's 4 or 5 seconds. Somebody's getting open in the zone. That's just going to happen, man. And especially on third down, like I would love to see just man up and throw a blitz in there. Like you can't keep playing these cover threes on third down and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of like the sticks defense without it being the sticks defense. Yeah. It's getting to the point. So you're looking at it and you're like, so you're just not going to send nobody, huh? You just going to keep everybody home and you still getting torched. And this is the thing that we used to say with Jim Schwartz. Dude, if you getting torched anyway, send somebody. You already getting torched.
This is the thing, though. We literally been torched twice, and we haven't even given up a 300-yard passer. We've just been
torched on the ground, 200 yards back to back.
We're just getting torched. He don't want to give up the big play, but he'll just settle for these goddamn uppercuts that blur your vision the whole way down the field. He just don't want to get knocked out. He'll let you just punch on him. Just don't knock me out. Like, what?
Yeah, right.
What is he talking about? Defending yourself.
Gonna come out with a bloody lip, a black eye, and a log.
Right.
It don't matter how you get beat up. You get beat up. Seriously, man.
It definitely doesn't make sense just to know. And that's what Alex Singleton said. He was like, well, if the team's got to do 9, 10, 11, 12 plays, hopefully they make a mistake. Well, they haven't been making mistakes. Alex,
it's too easy. It's too easy. There's no pressure in their face. It's too easy.
And that's the thing. It might be easy to make mistakes if you have a quarterback doing a 9, 12 plays and they're passing it, but not 9 runs in a row. Like the only thing that can happen is fumble. And we ain't got the guys to make it happen.
And Mike, and you know who I would if I was somebody who I would really be pissed if I was the punter. Cause it's like, dude, I done put these dudes, but in the 10 more than damn near almost every punter. And these dudes going 90 yards every time. Scoring touchdowns. You don't even need me. Just let them start at the 40, man. You don't even need me.
Because they're gonna be right back up there. But
yeah, like you don't need me, man.
This just speaks to how trash the defense is. Like you can't say punting's been bad. You just gotta blame the whole unit at this point.
That's fat. Punting actually been good. I like the kid from Australia. I can't never remember his name. Okay, yeah, that one.
He's a beast.
The inactives is really the same usual for real. We got the center Jack Anderson, Lane Johnson. I don't know what's going on with him.
He's still out.
Yeah, he's still out. Matt McClain. Matt McClain, Garner Minshew, Marlon Tulupalu. You know I can never say that name. Every week I'm not saying that name, but and I started to think why they it's kind of smart. I'm gonna give Nick Sirianni his props for this one. Because I do get on why Greg Ward is on the roster if you're not going to use him. Why is JJ Arcega-Whiteside on the roster if you're not going to use him? Why is Boston Scott on the roster if you're not going to use him? Bring up Jordan Howard. He would be great in those 3rd and 1s at the goal line and stuff like that. You don't want to use him. All right, cool. But then I did think to myself that, damn, maybe they are bringing Greg Ward up. I mean, it rarely happens, but say Joe Hurts and Joe Flacco get hurt, you do kind of got a third quarterback without having to bring a third quarterback to the game. So that's kind of smart. But when you look at the other guys, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, every time he's in there, the defense know he's in there for blocking. That's it. He's not.
He still don't even run the ball.
He's not getting no targets at all. You know what I mean? He's just in there to be in the way. That's all to be in the way of the defense and to get some blocks. Does he make some good blocks? Yes, he does. But damn, can the man get some targets, especially in the red zone? This is what he did in college. One of the things that I got on Doug and I'm about. Why are you not using this kid? He's probably, when he goes out there, he's probably the tallest player on the field. Use him in them
breakout game.
Scenarios.
Fresh, you calling it?
Huh?
You calling it? Breakout game? Couple receptions for
no. Negatron. That's not happening. And then Boston Scott, you got him on a roster. Why don't you bring Josh Howard up? I mean Jordan Howard up. I just don't understand what they're doing with the
It's
situation.
like I mean, at this point, trying to understand it is like trying to understand space and some crazy shit that you can't even fathom. I cannot fathom some of the stuff that they doing, bro. I don't get it. Like Greg Ward didn't have a catch the whole drive, and we called a touchdown catch for him instead of Devontae Smith, who you know damn well gonna catch it.
He only played like 16
I didn't know you was gonna go there. I thought you was gonna talk about the Philly special. He ain't touched the
throw
field.
The ball since what was it, the Community College of Houston? He ain't throw the ball since then.
Yeah,
and we come out with a Phillies of what? I moved on from that, but it's starting to build up the number and the amount of things that I just can't fathom or I can't believe. It's starting.
Shout out to Seth with the $2 super chat. He said, shout out to BBP. Run the ball, Mr. Nick Sirianni. But yeah. And that was what I was thinking about when you said that, when you were kind of talking about Greg Ward being the third quarterback. I just remember him throwing it out the back of the end zone. Like, what are you doing, bro?
And it was a duck.
But it was wild. But yeah, that's the thing too, right? So Greg Ward Jr., I think that game last week, he only had 12 or 16 snaps. So he was only on the field for 12 or 16, and one was a touchdown, a pass that he dropped. You know what I mean? He got to catch that. He was starting to be sure-hand Greg for a little bit until that. But we are closing up on an hour. We got to do our little rituals to try to get this dub because I got some stuff I got to take care of before the game. But we always end this by doing, give me your offense and defensive player that needs to stand out in this game and make an impact. And then give me your score prediction, LB. You can start it off. Offense, defense, impact player for today.
I'm going to go with Darius Slay, my defensive impact player. I think he needs to be the one to shut down DJ Moore. I think that's very important for today. My offensive player, I'm going with Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to, I think he's going to have about 3 touchdown passes today. I think he's getting closer to consistently being like a passing touchdown guy in the dual threat in the red zone. I think we get something done in the red zone. So I'm going to go Hurts and I'm going to go Slay today.
There you go.
And my score prediction?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Eagles, 24-17.
Ooh, I like it. Defense can use that confidence, only allowing 17.
Defense. This man has not let me down yet. I'm gonna go Hargrave. I'm gonna go Hargrave. He has not let me down yet. Well, we talked a lot of bad stuff about this team, but one bright spot is Hargrave, man. He been a beast out there, seriously, man. So I'm gonna go Hargrave. Offensively, jumping out the window on this one. I'm gonna go Gainwell, man. I think Gainwell's gonna get more touches than Miles Sanders. They're gonna use him in the passing, and it seems like they trust him more. They use him on 2-minute drills. They use Gainwell in the fourth quarter. Miles sitting there on the bench catching splinters. So
Gainwell caught that 4th and 1 too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Gainwell. My score prediction, man. I say we put up a 30 burger. I say it's 30-21.
Whoa, okay. I like that too. So y'all took a bunch of great players. So on the defensive side, I'm gonna have to say, look, the Dallas Cowboys sacked them 5 times. I think the ghost of Ryan Kerrigan, he snaps back. I got a sack and a half for Ryan Kerrigan today. Now look, it's best to pick these guys because when it happens, I'm gonna be like that. You know what I mean? So Ryan Kerrigan comes back. We need that pressure, right? Sack and a half. And on the offensive side of the ball, Devontae just had a 100-yard game. I think their secondaries in shambles. I think we want to run the ball. I think we're not going to run the ball. And I think Devontae's going to have a bigger game. I think just they're getting on the same page. Hurts and Devontae are getting on the same page. He's looking at him. He knows he can give it to him. He's starting to catch balls that, a lot of people said, oh, he's too weak. He's not going to come back and get the ball like that. He came back on that one play with 3 guys around him and snagged it. So I got him extending that 120-yard game with another 100-yard game. But it would be nice to see Gainwell run the ball. It would be nice to see it. I'm just telling you guys, I mean, I can't call it.
Score position.
Okay, I can't go 30 burger. I'm gonna go 27-21 6-point win. I'll take it. 27-21. Philly.
I like
Oh,
it.
you gonna go like 17? So the way you say you can't go 30, that's 3 points, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, we don't kick field goals. We don't kick that many field goals. We gonna go for it on 4th and 1. I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Yeah. So with that being said, shout out to everybody in the chat. We still got like 350 plus. We are live on 2 channels. Gate City never came through. Hopefully he's having hopefully Gates done pregame so hard. He just chilling. He ain't gonna feel it.
Gates having the time of his life. You hear
I
me?
know he is.
Yeah, he's loving it out there. It's probably
he
nice.
probably
I can't wait to see some of his footage,
his
videos after that.
Facts. With that being said, until next time, and hopefully the next time you hear for all of us, whether it's together, whether it's separate, we better be smiling. We better be talking about, the season finally started. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Let's give them
sir.
something
Yes,
to talk
sir.
about. You know what I mean?
Listen. All right, guys. I need this win. I'm ready.
Need this dub, man. You already know, man. I need this dub, man.
Right.
Well, I might have to knock on that front office door, man. Seriously, they want to call security on your boy, man. Seriously, man. But yeah, definitely shout out to Gate City, man. Shout out to all of y'all also, man. LB, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely.
And until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.
You know that.